Next, we need to talk about the reason that you walked into their business. Now, this is something that gets very little attention when people talk about prospecting. I personally believe it is one of the most important foundational truths to understand how to get into the sales flow and how to direct the sales flow. And that is, why are you there? Why are you there? I mean, really, why are you there? Why are you calling someone? Just yesterday, I was doing some sales calls and I was talking to my business partner about this and telling him that, I'm not happy with the reason that I'm making these sales calls. And so we've got to talk about this and we've got to adjust our program a little bit so that my reason for making the calls is better. And that's so important. You've got to have the right reason for the call. Now, if you're trying to generate a level of comfort with the business owner, you're trying to make them feel comfortable, then your reason for walking in is simply to have a conversation and to make an introduction. That's your reason for walking in. You're not walking in to make a sale. You're not walking in to push them into something. You're not walking in to show them how amazing you are. You're walking in to make an introduction, to introduce yourself, and to have a conversation with them. That's the only reason that you're there. And when you get that mentally inside of your head, that's going to be crucial when you walk in. The reason that you walk in off the street is so important. So you say, well, James, what do you mean by that? Well, the way it actually works is when you walk into the business, one of the first things that you're going to tell them is why you're there. Salespeople really don't seem to understand this. They say it every time, and usually they say the wrong thing. They walk in and say something like, hi, my name is Bill, and the reason I'm here today is because I have a business doing X, Y, and Z, and I offer this service, and I offer this product, and I wanted to come in here today to talk to you about it. Now, what is your reason for going in? Well, in that case, your reason for going in is to sell them something. That's what you just said. And that's what they just understood, that you want to interrupt the whole flow of their day. They have all these different things going on, and you would like to put a stop to all of that for as long as you're there so that you can sell them something that they may or may not want. That's why you're there. And that's what you're communicating to them. So if you want to get into the flow, you got to communicate something different that's just in the flow of their day. And so much of this comes down to your attitude and your emotions when you walk into the business. If you want them to be comfortable with you, you have to be comfortable with yourself. And you have to be comfortable with what you're doing. You have to walk in, and again, in the back of your mind, you're saying, I'm not really here to sell anybody. I'm not really here to sell anything. So in the back of your mind, you're understanding that. And you're just like, I'm here to introduce myself and to have a conversation. And so you walk in, you're extremely relaxed, and you go in and say, hi, how you guys doing today? Hey, I just want to stop by and introduce myself. I got a local business here in the area. Here's my business card. And, really, I've never stopped in here before. I love networking, and just thought I'd have a quick conversation with you. Have a second and just learn a little bit more about your business. Is that okay? Do you have a couple minutes? And that relaxed tone, that comfort level that you're displaying, they are going to return that in kind and say, well, sure, yeah, and tell me, so what do you do exactly? Well, my business, basically, we do a lot of different small business services, but, I'd really like to hear more about your business. What do you guys do? I see this pile of inventory here. I see, it's retail. How long have you been in business here? And you're asking questions. You're having a conversation. What do you like best about being in business? That's so important. And so, these are things that you have to do if you want to get into that flow with them. Now that you have the reason why you're walking in the first place, now we can move on and I can talk to you a little bit about some tactics that go on top of this that are really, really going to help you. And we're going to talk about that in the next video.